Hi guys, so for today's history, just gonna go through some things. Like I'm going to send you a notes for you to refer, and also I'll explain some things. Okay, so let's just look through. Sorry for the noise. There is Damien in the background. Okay, so we are going to learn about dictatorship today. Dictatorship actually means being controlled by something. In Malaysia, we are can we see this word democracy? Can you see this word democracy? Okay, many countries are democratic meaning we have power. People have power where they have opinion and say on how they want the government to be. Okay, but other countries they choose dictatorship, being controlled. Okay, so let's look through one of the example. Okay, so today I want you all to look through fascism and communism. Okay, most of you hear before communism, like China, communist Russia, North Korea, communism. What is communism? Okay, basically, let's look at the picture here. You see this three picture? Okay, long time ago, people who are royal, the king are the one who have the most power, right? So the king, okay, has all the power, all the money, and he's the one to control all the lives of the people. Okay, and then in the present, the people who do business, okay, they are the one who are the one having power. They are the one who is in charge. Okay, most of them are in power. They control a lot of people's lives. Okay, so communist people, they think that, okay, everyone should be equal. You see, these are mechanics, right? So everyone should be equal. Okay, everyone shouldn't be too rich or too poor. Everyone should be like this. Oh, sorry, let me just cancel that call. Okay, now let's go through. Now later when you read through the notes here, just want you to look through what is communism. So communism is a theory about how to run a country. It was dreamed up by Karl Marx. See the word Karl Marx? Karl Marx is a guy, he's from Germany. He wrote this book about what he thinks a government should be. Okay, that all the people should be equal. Okay, Marx believed that one day ordinary workers would rise up and get rid of the rich people because they are so unhappy. They are not happy with rich people. Okay, so he said there will be no different class, no very rich, no very poor, money and all the things, everyone is equal. So if you see North Korea, they do like things like everyone work together, then everyone have the same amount of food, things like that. Okay, so he even think like there will be no need money, no laws, everyone live a simple life. So a lot of people actually like Marx's idea. Who likes his idea? Poor ordinary workers. Okay, they like it. So what happened is many people they try to fight against their leaders. They want to make a communist country, but many failed except the Russians. So in 1917, the Russians tried to take over their countries by themselves. They don't want any leaders. That is the reason why Russia has no more kings. They cast out their king. The king in Russia is called Tsar. This is another history in itself. Okay, maybe one day we'll go through that. Okay. All right, so let's go to the next page. So this page is mostly talking about what is communism. Okay. Okay, so just now I mentioned Karl Marx, right? So this is the guy. Right. So anyway, let's look up this flag. This is flag of the Russian country, Russia after the workers take over. Okay, no more king, right? So they make a flag. Okay. So I want you to see this word, Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. Okay, so the Russian name their country USSR, which is Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. Okay, so in the Russian word, Soviet means council. Socialist is another word for communist. So basically, they became a communist country. So remember, Russia became USSR in 1922, and this is their new flag. So I want you to look through the flag. See, this is a sickle. This is what the farmer used to cut grass, right? and this is a hammer, meaning power goes to the normal people like farmers, people who are working like daily jobs. They are the ones who are the leader of the country. That is what it means lah. Okay, so you see, let's look through here. Marx, this is Karl Marx. He died in London. So when he died, there was this his grave means his tombstone. Okay, there's this word in his grave. It writes, workers of all lands unite. These people who are workers unite against all the powers, against all the rich people. Okay, let's go through together. So this is the USSR, as I said. Russia becomes USSR. So the first country in the world to become communist was Russia. Okay, during the World War I, Great War, 2 million Russian soldiers were killed. A lot of food shortage. People died because they're too hungry. Okay, so in 1917, ordinary Russians, they want to have communist life, so they rebel against their king. So as I mentioned, king in Russian is called Tsar. So this king called Tsar Nicholas II was kicked out. Okay, actually they were killed. After a civil war, means they have fighting, all the stuff. The entire Russian royal family was killed. You see how angry, how unhappy the people were. They just killed all the family of the king. And then Russia became a communist country. Okay, now, remember just now we said Karl Marx, he talked about communism, but he never really write in his book how should a country run. Okay, so everyone has a lot of thoughts like, oh, how should a country run, things like that. Okay, not everyone in Russia was keen on the changes that were taking place. So the communists forced people to be equal and to share, and they ran the country as a dictatorship, meaning you have to follow the rules, if not you will die. Okay, now let's see. These are the points that the Russian people have to follow. Okay, I want you to read through together. Number 1, there are no other political parties allowed to exist. Only Communist Party. No BN, no Pakatan Rakyat, no more other political group. Only communists. Newspaper, book, films, radio, communist people control because they don't want other people to spread their ideas and fight against the government again. So the communist people control very tightly what kind of news that people are listening to. Any person who spoke out against this, anyone who don't agree with the news, are called the enemy of the state and sent to prison or executed to be killed. Sounds very familiar, right? This is happening in North Korea. You need to follow the government. You cannot say anything against the government. Okay? So if you do, you get disappeared. See, millions of people disappeared in communist Russia. Nobody was allowed to have any open religious belief, meaning even Catholics, Christians are not allowed. Only the communist way of life was to be worshipped. In North Korea, we can see example, they only worship their leader, Kim Jong-un, right? He is the supreme leader. No other religion exists like Buddhism, Taoism, Christianity, Islam, totally not. Okay, so this was last time Russia. They also followed the same. Next, all work, housing, healthcare, education, all controlled by communists. Job, house, hospital, schools. This one, the Russians, they will provide for everyone. You don't need to pay money for it. The government will provide for you. But in the same way, whatever you do, like let's say you're a farmer, you farm plants, tomatoes, you cannot sell it. You have to share with everyone. That's like that. The state owned everything and provided for everyone. Understand? So these are basically USSR or last time Russia, they follow this kind of way of living. Okay, for many Russians, actually for them it's much better because there was food. Because in those times, food was really, really scarce. They die because they are hungry. Yeah? Everything was provided for them as long as they are prepared to work. But communism is kind of scary for other countries, especially people who are rich, people who are in the royal family. Okay, so other countries like, let's say Italy, Germany, they don't want to have this kind of lifestyle. They are scared to be friends with Russia. So as a result, USSR had a few friends around the world and became more and more isolated. Okay, so today we'll just learn about until here. All right, I will tell you what to do later in the channel.